How's it going, folks? So, you may remember Garrett Campbell. I did a reaction to one of his songs a little while back, but he's got a new song that recently came out, and it's off the new album that he's dropping this Friday, June 23rd. I believe this is the title track, Skies of Dragonlight. If I'm not mistaken, that's the name of the album as well. But yeah, an album this Friday, June 23rd. I'm super excited. But in the meantime, we literally just have like a couple days, but we got a new song here to check out, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking really forward to it. I'm looking forward to the album too, but first and foremost, let's check out this new song, shall we? Rangers, go.
Is a story of a man in a magic land full of arcane stories and powers who summon the power of the arcane force to protect his homeland from the evil mage of the hell spell. Mounted his winged steed and glowing bright of magic light, roll up into the sparkling dawn. He summoned the magic dragon of ancient might from the northland of the crystal sea, eternal starlight, and flew off in search of answers to the chaos, the immortal curse of the hell spell. O'er mountains and trees, valleys and vales, he soared to save the world. I must fight to be free from the everlasting pain, to buy back the light again. horizon. One of open power. Skies of dragon, lion, new horizon. One of open power. Skies of dragon, light up in the night. Peace will rise once again.
This fella is just really, really talented. First and foremost, his vocal skills are really, really great. His guitar playing skills are incredibly solid. His use of like the orchestral elements in this song, he's such a talented fella. Doing all of this stuff himself, and it's just always really, really impressive. Again, I mean, what a voice! He's really got such a great voice, and again, I mean, the guitar playing skills and everything are just top notch as well. And you know, it, this song, it kind of is very Twilight Forcey. With maybe a little bit of Fellowship mixed in. It's definitely in that vein of that kind of fantasy power metal style with that magical kind of feeling to it. And the orchestral elements and all that stuff really added a lot to that. It really kind of gave it that grand epic scale or scope, that this is like this epic tale, this being told here, this epic quest, and all these things. So it was really, really neat. He's got an interesting style, and I remember when I checked out I forget the name of the song now, but the reaction I previously did for one of his songs here, I remember the structure of the song was somewhat interesting, and I think I had a critique of where it almost felt like there was multiple songs kind of in one. Like it didn't quite, each section didn't quite smoothly flow into the next, and it was a little jarring here and there. But this song, it does have some of those moments, but I kind of started looking at it from a different perspective, and maybe it's just because this song, it's a little bit different than the previous one, but it's very like theatrical, and even he is very theatrical in his performance, especially his vocal performance. I mean, he's all getting all into it, and like I said, just very theatrical. And so that whole middle section of the song, it was a little jarring because it just kind of dead drops, and the tempo, the motion, and all that just really kind of slows almost to a halt, and you get almost this kind of ambient music for a little while, and then a little bit of some lyrics in there, and then a little bit more of that kind of ambient sort of orchestral kind of music, and then you get this very extensive guitar solo, which even the guitar solo itself was not very straightforward. There was a lot happening to it. And so I found myself like trying to kind of vibe with it, trying to keep up with it, and really find a solid kind of rhythm or groove to all of it. But there really isn't one, because it's just kind of just doing its own thing. But the way that it's set up in this song, I think it works for the most part because of the very theatrical flair, and it felt very theatrical. Like I could imagine kind of like a play or a production of some kind, and this is kind of like the moment where you can see different things happening. The characters are doing different things, or they're not there like singing to the audience or what have you. It's just kind of stuff happening. The set is changing, and all of this stuff during that section. So I was like, you know what, this is kind of cool. Like, it just has a different feel about it, and so it's not necessarily a hindrance that it's kind of odd, the way that it works, as far as just rhythmically and what have you, because like I said, I just kind of started envisioning this production, and this is just kind of the moment where the music and the different things are happening, and that the music, or the tone and all that is reflecting kind of the themes and what's happening currently on stage. And so, it kind of worked, and I dug it, because it's very different, and I could just kind of start picturing stuff in my head during that whole thing. So it was neat. At first I was a little taken aback, but I think it works. And I like the melody. The melody is solid. Again, you definitely gets Twilight Force vibes quite a bit, but that's not a bad thing at all. The one thing I will say is, I think with some of the pacing of the vocal melody of some of the delivery with some of the lines, and even the music, kind of like in the verses and the chorus, not all the, for the most part, it's a little uh, very sharp edged. It doesn't necessarily feel kind of like smooth. Like I kind of forget how the tune goes now, but it was like bum 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 bum. Instead of bum 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 bum, like that, like a flow. Like it all feels together, but it's very kind of cut. Each syllable, each word is bum 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 bum, and it just, I don't know. I think if the words and everything weren't so cut, weren't so sharp, each syllable, and even if the vocal melody was a little bit smoother in there, I think even having the music being a little choppy, that would be all right. But having both, it just, I don't know, it just makes it feel a little bit jarring, to get the tempo, or the full melody, to really get on board with it entirely. Because I do like the melody. It's just a little sharp, the words, the syllables, the way it's delivered. Not tone wise. I just mean it's very cut. It's not all kind of tied together, if y'all know what I mean. But other than that, that's really like the only like main critique that I have that really kind of stuck out to me. But other than that, I mean, the guitar playing, I love the guitar work, the melodies, and again, the vocal melodies. I did like the melodies. The orchestral elements, it was just done so well, and it was so epic. And I was quite impressed with that. And again, vocally, just really great. This is just some really pure, like, fantasy power metal right here, and I dig it. It's just so cool, and it's just so impressive what this fella is able to do. On his own. Doing everything basically. So really impressive. I'm looking very forward to the album. I think it's going to be quite the epic, power metal journey, or tale, or what have you. I'm super excited, and I hope he keeps on going. Because he's just got such great talent, and he's doing such great things for the power metal scene in general, by releasing this music, and it's only going to get better and better, and he's already just really impressive. So that's my thoughts on this song here. Let me know in the comments down below, folks. What do you think of this song? Are you looking forward to the album in literally a couple days, June 23rd? I know I am, but let's talk about it in the comments down below, and I'll catch you all next time, Ranger.